Good morning, children. What are you doing today? Call-in number. Let's get this shit out of the way. First call-in number is... What is 815 975 3089 3089. Yes, you call in now. God, it's early. Welcome to another exciting... Yeah, I know. My video locked up. Melissa's telling me. So, welcome to another exciting episode of the Origianl Red Pill Show. Today is Two Wiener Tuesday. Oh, yes, it is. December 17th, 2019. This show is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Please use it at your own risk. The show is copyrighted by moi. No part of it can be reused, rebroadcasted in any way, shape, or form without my written consent, or you can just ask. Finally, show is opinionated. That's why I do it. The hosts, especially me, callers, 815-975. I should open up Skype, shouldn't I? That would help, wouldn't it? Dude, Skype, SKYP. No matter what, you think you're ready and you're not. La 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 la. Any day, thank you, Mr. Skype. Program it sucks. The hosts, especially callers, guests, when we have them, people that are naughty in the chat room, are and will be opinionated. Isn't that the truth? Just look at Facebook. Under no circumstances whatsoever should opinions be taken as advice. If you're seeking professional advice, we strongly encourage you to hire a license if required person in his or her field there. Little Tommy Haven. No. That's time for animal stories, little Tommy. What's going on? How you doing today? Broadcasting live from the lovely little town of Loveland, Colorado, where they still haven't plowed the fucking streets or put salt down. Whatever. Someone's gonna get killed, man. Oh, then I saw. Okay, I got to get into this right away because where did? Oh, my TV. I have a Roku. So my TV, when it goes into screensaver, shows all the current news stories, local, and national. But this one said something about traction laws in Colorado. Traction laws, really? How do you get traction on ice? Now, be it far from me being a stupid flatlander from Illinois, I have seen my share of shitty weather in roads, in this, and driving conditions in this. So I'm just trying to actually, this is kind of a bad morning. I don't want to project all of that onto you guys, but it's like I am having a failure to comprehend and understand on a lot of things. Like this stupid show, and how come nobody's fucking listening? Sorry. They may be. I don't know. I don't really care. I really don't. I just, because, like, whatever. I do this for me and for you and the whole neighborhood because everyone's just so fucked up, including me. Anyway, so allegedly traction laws in Colorado, and I think it goes into chains, and which I don't. Yeah, he does. What's up? What's happening? What's up? What's happening? How can there be poopy dick, ass poop dick? That's a good way to start the day. Thank you very much. Like my coffee cup? Speaking of poop, I had to buy this. We were in Cheyenne at the mall. I did a podcast on that one. The gene pool is way too fucking light up there. But anyway, squirrel! Went to the squirrel. Went to the mall up there. And we went into this, I don't know, they had bongs and blacklight posters and big-ass fucking coffee cups and ugly Christmas sweaters, and I had to buy this. Because, for one, it's huge. And I thought it was funny, so I bought it. So, anyway, what was I talking about? Traction laws. So there's traction laws. So what is wrong with our elected servants? I would have loved to be in that room. Okay, we have to pass traction laws because people are crashing left and right, and 25 is way too small, and there's a shitload of people moving here. Strike that from the record. Apologies. There's a lot of people moving here, especially from California, that are fucking up the state. Oops, sorry. Take that one out, too. And we don't have enough snowplows. We don't get out there until the snow's done. And then we don't use salt on the road, so we're going to have to pass laws so people obey traction laws. What the fuck does that mean? Okay, I you know what? I hate comparing like Chicago and Illinois, but that's all I have to this. And when I moved here, people are like, "Oh, you're crazy. Why don't you go somewhere warm? The winters really suck out there." And depending on where you're at, more in the mountains, yeah, they do. Hi, Sheila, how are you? I keep sharing your posts to sell your houses. It's pretty tempting, actually, out in Byron. So I only have Chicago to compare this to. And the plows are ready on the first snowflake. They use salt. Now, I don't want my car fucked up by the salt. especially back in Illinois now after the first of the year. If you're going to buy a car, you better do it before then. But it just defies common sense and logic that you don't put something on the road to melt the fucking ice, right? Or is it me? Please, just Tim, you're difficult here. What's some of the things I've heard? You're difficult to deal with. No one can talk to you. Of course, go through a divorce and have all your shit taken and your business destroyed. See how easy you're fucking dealing with crap. But be that as it may, it's like, just tell me that it's me. I'm in a real cranky mood. I mean, whatever's going to come out, it's going to come out. There's no filter this morning. Sorry. So tell me where it, especially with people's lives at risk, why in God's name you wouldn't put salt on the fucking road? Okay? And I'm going back to Chicago Saturday, and I'm sure all the streets are going to be nice and cleared. I know it's been warm out there, so it probably all melted. But if it did snow and I was there, you can bet your ass the streets will be clean and salted in 24 hours. I guarantee it. Interstates first, then the municipalities and the counties, and they'll have all the roads cleared with salt. Within 24 hours. There's no traction laws that I'm aware of in Illinois. There may be. I mean, if a trooper pulls you over, and because they're the only ones that really know state law, so if a trooper pulls you over and your tires are wore out, they may and can give you a ticket. I get that. I get it. I get that, because you're risking yourself and others. But when the state decides not to put ice down, oh, we have to pass traction laws. What the fuck does that mean? So the almighty ones pass a law and you shall have traction. Really? So if I have chains on my car or my truck and tires that are brand new, I'm going to defy the laws of traction, and ice is not going to stop me? That's why all these assholes are in the fucking ditches with these 4x4s, because they think they can do 60 miles an hour on ice. So I'm just, excuse me. There's a reason why I'm saying this. It's very apparent to me, not everybody, not all of them, that people are out of touch with reality. Are they? Or is it just me? Am I the crazy one? Am I the one that's like sitting on the mountain? And don't fucking tempt me, because I will be sitting on the mountain all by myself, because I've had it. For a lot of reasons. I'm seeing the shit on television, destroying our country, our system, for something a president didn't even do. And I don't care who's sitting in there. This is ridiculous. And I only say this because I went through it. Not being a president of the United States, president of a business. My son finally said to me the other day, Dad, you didn't do anything. It was Mom. We're not dealing with her crap. Like, oh, well, gee, can I get my fucking money back? Can I get my business back? When is trust? When is looking out for your better half or close friends and family or your fucking neighbor, for Christ's sake, that you never met? And then you got somebody that's trying to make a difference for the better, and I don't want to get into politics, and they try throwing them out of office. There is such a big disconnect, not only with elected servants, but with common people. I said yesterday, I think, what is today? Tuesday? Monday. I said yesterday, just flying off the cuff, that half the population wants a president out of office and the other half wants him to stay. I didn't think it was going to be that close, and sure as shit, Fox News posted a poll, and so did CNN, because I fly through there too, that 49-point-something% want the president out and 49% of something want the president in. That's a country divided, guys. And let's just say, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, and I, God forbid, don't want it to happen. Let's just say, because this, for all of you that have been through a divorce, and I really don't like bringing it up, but it's the truth. We have a very dysfunctional family that's going through a divorce in our government. Because if you've been through that or been involved in it or a victim of it as a kid, see, mom and dad are fighting and they want to destroy each other. And us kids, which are us peasants or taxpayers or citizens or whatever, are sitting here watching this, and we're getting fucked up by it, and we're picking sides. And everybody tells you in a divorce, although they don't do it, they say they do, don't pick sides. Yeah. Well, they'll do it behind your back, but they won't do it to your face. And if you confront them, they just lie. But yeah, that's what we're all doing. And I swear to God, I'm not trying to pick sides. I'm going above the siding with mom or dad, which really is the president and Nancy Pelosi. I mean, fuck, Speaker of the House. And I'm trying to wave the flag and go, this is wrong. You're destroying things, but they're so hell-bent on destroying each other or proving who's right that they're going to take us all down. And that is what happened to me. Even though I was being attacked, I said, this is ridiculous. I was told I would be destroyed. I said, you're going to destroy everything. She did. And even then some, way beyond where I thought it would go. And that's what's going to happen with this. There's going to be such unintended negative consequences, regardless of the outcome, because you're calling out the President of the United States for things he didn't do, or allegedly did, or circumstantial, or whatever. And the guy's doing his job for free, I might add, and following the rules that are put down. But you do that, you're a racist. That is the lowest form of an insult that you can say to any color person, that they're a racist. No, it's enforcing the laws. Please change the laws. See, this is not going to end well. Half of the country is going to be pissed. Then on top of that, with the election down the road, you're going to get more pissed off people. Or if it reverses, let's say the president doesn't get impeached. Now half the people are going to be pissed, okay, because they want him out. Then the election rolls around, and then the president loses. Now you got the other half that weren't pissed are pissed. So now you got 100% of people pissed. What do you think's going to happen? Hello, Let me think. Everybody's gonna be pissed. Yeah. And when people start thinking with their emotions and want it their way, can't handle it, can't accept life on life's terms, they fucking go ape shit. Don't believe me, once again, if you're a victim or involved in a divorce, it's horrible. And this is exactly the behavior that I am seeing. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm just not stupid. And I'm trying to look from the outside of this crap. And there's nothing good when you target an individual or person of a title. I mean, I don't think they've ever done this. Well, I shouldn't say that. I know there's a couple coups trying to get a president of a corporation out. But in every single case, the damage has been done. And in a lot of cases, the company was either sold off or destroyed or went out of business. And that's what's happening. And I'm sitting here and I'm watching this. And I'm like, what can you do? And then I look back at Illinois and on Facebook, which I really shouldn't be doing because I moved 1,000 miles away. But I'm not posting it, and it pops up, and I'm like, you elected a Democrat governor that loves to tax every single thing they can. You got what you asked for. I don't understand. And then people are upset. Hello? Governor Rauner was in there, I think, for 2 terms or at least 1. He couldn't get anything done because he was always gridlocked. He fought all that stuff, but he couldn't get anything done. So then he got blamed for not fixing anything. So, I don't know, man. What I do know is this. It's a great opportunity for a third party because this, no matter how it turns out, is going to make the Democrats look really bad. Attacking a president of the United States for nothing he did. Obstruction of Congress? Really? Isn't that how our system is intended to be? And can't it be twisted? Well, you're obstructing what we're trying to do. Yeah, because you're all fucking nuts. Like the mom or the wife that's been scorned and spits out, I'm going to destroy you. You can't talk to those type of people. They've totally lost the rationality. They're thinking on emotion. They hate you. I hate that word. Hate's a double whatever. Hate. I can't stand that word, hate. But it is what it is. Racism. I'm not going to fix the world's problems. Hell, I can't even fix my problems. But I am not going to be tribal, and I am not going to be, well, I'm a Republican, more so than a Democrat. But actually, I'm a libertarian, truth be known. But I'm not going to sit here and side with somebody just because of sides. Saying something out of principle. I don't care what anybody says after a family has been destroyed by a divorce. It's never the same. It sure as the fuck isn't normal. Whatever that means. And that's what's happening with our system in our country and our government. After this is all done, nothing's ever going to be normal again. And again, I don't know what normal is. Because it sure as fuck ain't normal now. It hasn't been for a long time. But it's going to be damaged. There's no doubt about it. And weakened. And that concerns me. But I don't know what can be done. Except sit and watch. And what it's going to do is it's going to isolate even more people. First, people will band together. And I hope it doesn't go any farther than just that and verbal stuff, but it may. But then people are going to turn inward and isolate themselves. And then it's going to be every man for themselves. You'll have your little factions or little extremists that want to do this and do that. That's just normal. But yeah, that's what's going to happen. And it's not going to get any better. And I hate to sound like a very depressing fucking asshole, but I'm tired of people making decisions that don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. Can't use common sense. Don't have the betterment for the people instead of the individual power like a king, monarchy, dictatorship. Oh, we're going to have traction laws. How about putting some fucking salt on the road? Well, that will ruin my Mercedes-Benz. Yeah, but it just may save your fucking life. I don't get it. Fucking I don't get it. I don't know. It's just I've come to a personal point here. And I told myself I'd give myself 2 years here. And I only say this for people to relate, not to judge me. I don't care. Do what you want. I pray you haven't been through what I went through. And I pray you never do. And then again, some people might have been through twice as much as what I've been through. That's fine too. Very strong person. But I'm to the point. It's just like, how can you honestly help people that A, don't want help, and B, don't know how to help themselves, and C, make common sense decisions based on logic and protecting lives? And making decisions just so you manipulate situations so they go your way or your party's way. And actually, I'm not going to keep getting into this too much, but they do impeach the president, which I highly doubt they will. But if they did, you're destroying our system because he was voted in. See, that's where this precedence is going to be set. Successful or not, it's like, well, if we really don't like this guy, we can always try to impeach him because they did it before. Impeachment's like divorce. I mean, it should be a last resort. In the Bible, it's all over the Bible, warning people about divorce. And my opinion, a government action or comparable analogy is impeachment. And all the symptoms and all the behavior and all the crap, and you can't get through these people, and they start spewing lies, and people start whispering things, and you get whistleblowers, and you get all this stuff, and it just snowballs from there. And I think the genie's out of the bottle on this one. I really do. And then everybody's going to go, what happened? Well, that's a fuck of a time to ask yourself now what happened. See, because when you're in it, you just want to win. But the reality is you lose. Everybody loses. You might win, I guess. But in reality, everybody loses. So that's just my perspective. I don't want to get into this too deep, but yeah, I've had to let some friends go on Facebook too. Not anything directed at me, but I can't sit here and watch this stuff. Sometimes you just have to walk away and go, I wish you luck. because nothing that I can do about it. I gotta worry about me, but everybody's too worried about everybody else and what they're thinking and what they want them to do because they want them to do what they're doing. So and that's very hard to do because I've never been a guy that, oh, don't rock the boat or blah, 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 or yada, yada. Well, I'm not rocking the boat. I'm in the boat and you're rocking it. And I'm not going to sit here and let you still rock the boat. Get off. So I learned with everything I went through, I learned my lesson, and not saying anything just ends up coming back on you anyway. And then the reality of that situation is that you have nobody to blame but yourself. And I'm not going to do that again. So if I have one friend on Facebook or 0 friends, it doesn't matter. Or if I have 1,000 or 500 or 10,000, it doesn't matter. Because you have to look up the definition of a friend. I don't need 100 friends. I really don't. I don't need 50 friends. I need maybe 5, 10. Truly definition of a friend. Which would be better for me to have 5 to 10 really close friends than 100 to 200 acquaintances. It should say acquaintances, actually. It shouldn't say friends. But whatever. It's just me. I don't know. I don't expect everybody. And the reason why I blocked this friend is because they were being misleading. I don't care. I'm not getting into politics on this. I will never block anybody or unfriend them for political opinions. I know that's probably what it seems like because that's what I talked about, but that's not it. It's when people say something directed at me or whatever, and then they do the complete opposite. That, to me, in my opinion, speaks volumes for character and mental their state of their mental mind, whether it's permanent or temporary, right there. Now, I know situations happen, people. Well, I said that because of this, and okay, well, I understand that. Shit happens. Things change. I've changed things that I'm going to do based on things changing. That's life. But people that really know me, and I said that I'm going to do something, I do it because it's my word. Or if it's a situation and I say it, that's the way it is. And when I see that that's not being reciprocated, it's called, here's another big hard lesson, a boundary. I'm not preaching to you people. I really honestly could give a flying fuck what you do. This is your life. But you're not going to make your life any better or be a better person if you don't go through some pain and set up some boundaries and stop blaming other people. And depending on, again, your mental stability, your level of where you're at, whether it's permanent or temporary, what I'm saying might not be being perceived as what I'm saying. So, well, you just said you did something because of somebody else. Yeah, well, yeah, because they crossed a boundary. They crossed a boundary. And when I moved here almost 2 years ago, I made a list of boundaries. There's a book called Boundaries, and it's a great book, and I was reading it at the time. So it was mostly based on a relationship and boundaries, but there was other things too in there, and it filled up an entire notebook page. And I know one of them in there was if somebody, I'll give, depending on the person and situation, I will give one chance, one mulligan, and not per hole either, per 18 holes, one mulligan, and at the most, but which I did in this case. But a lot of times I'm just gonna cross the boundary. And that's it. And because I've learned if you look the other way or you give a part of yourself or let your boundary down, you're the one that's going to pay. So better to go, well, no, I'm sorry. That's crossing a boundary, whatever it is. It's not politics either, trust me. Not that at all. It's like, gotta go. Gotta go. I'm 55. I am not going to be a placater or an enabler or any other kind of crap or look the other way because I really like this person and blah, 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 and some things were said and whatever. And then you see something that's totally contrarian and you're like, nah, you can't fit a round peg in a square hole, and you just got to go, you know what? It's time to move on. Because I've learned the lesson of self-sacrifice. And it puts you in Colorado in a one-bedroom apartment making $50,000 a year. So, which I'm not complaining, but I told myself, my son and I had this discussion, that somebody does something to me, regardless if it was intentional or not, I'm going to speak out, especially when it comes to family, because nobody ever wants to confront anybody in family, because it's family, and you don't want to upset family. Well, you know what? Tough shit. Because that's more or less a power struggle. Who can get away with what without saying something, and then they realize they can manipulate you, and then they do it again, and then you don't say nothing again, and then they do it again. People are a fucking mess, especially families. And the way things are going now, families are trying to be destroyed from the outside, and the last thing we need is families being destroyed from the inside. So there's not a very high success rate for families being sustainable. And then you got a family, again, up in Washington, D.C., quote unquote, and they're destroying themselves from within. And it's actually breaking my heart. It's not pissing me off. It's not making me think anything other than that. It's just upsetting me and making me shake my head and go, it's going to be another situation I just may have to walk away from, because mom and dad ain't going to listen, and all the other kids are siding, and I don't want to side, but I know the difference between right and wrong. And I know how it feels to be torn down by people that are around you and actually say the words, I'm going to destroy you. But what they don't realize is that they're also destroying everything else. So, I really don't know the answer to this, except saying something and then praying to God. Is that offensive? A higher power, something beyond me, power greater than myself, to ask for help, but also speak what I see. Now, I'm not saying I'm right. I ain't saying I'm wrong. Again, I'm seeking the truth. This is the original Red Pill Show. I guess they're coming out with The Matrix 4. That's awesome, man. Can't wait for that. It's going to be great. But what really concerns me is that it's happening and people aren't seeing it. And that is the whole essence of taking a red pill, because by default, it's a blue pill world. Oh, don't worry about it. It's for your benefit. No, we're not going to put salt on the road, but we're going to pass laws that if you don't have good tires and chains, you're going to get a ticket. Oh, okay, so that all defies the law of fucking traction. It's stupid. Put some salt on the fucking road. And keep your traction laws. I don't really care. But you're looking at things through blue pill perspectives. We know what's good for you. Don't worry about it. Go to school, graduate, get a college degree, get married, work at the same company for 30 to 50 years. Then you'll get your pension, and you'll get your Social Security, and you'll live happily ever after. And then the next generation, supposedly, hopefully, if they follow that brainwashing, then your siblings and your next generation will be better because you're doing that and you're constantly improving. It's all a fucking lie. The reality is you go to school, you're indoctrinated, they teach you what they want, they omit things they don't want you to know. They sure as hell don't teach you how to become a business owner. Hell, they don't even teach you in the most part in how to balance your checkbook. Then you graduate from high school. Now it's time to go to college. Oh, gee, whoopee fucking do. Okay. Well, you can't get an associate's. That ain't worth the fucking paper it's written on. You got to get a bachelor's or a master's or a doctorate. Oh, okay. How much is that? Oh, I don't know. Maybe 40, 50,000 a year minimum. Well, how long do I got to go to school for a master's? 7 years. 7 times 5? $350,000. And I'm sure this is a very, very conservative amount. Let's just say $500,000. So for you to get anywhere and be something, you have to go, excuse me, $500,000 into debt with student loans you can't default on. Oh, gee, golly gee, $500,000. Oh, then you find the love of your life, get married, have a couple fucking kids. Great. Everything's great. They're cheap. Student loans are due. You buy a house. You're going to be making all this money. You buy a $500,000 house. Now you're $1 million into debt right off the bat. But you got a degree, and you got a beautiful house, and a beautiful wife, and 2 great kids. Then you send them to school, and they start teaching them all this fucking crap, questioning their sexuality, and then not to mention allegedly exposed to drugs and gang and peer pressure and all that crap, and then made fun of because you're going through some changes in your life, growing up, get teased even more. It's amazing kids make it through fucking school, to be honest. But let's just say by the grace of God, they get a high school degree. Oh, gee, Now I can go to college like mom and dad did. And there you go again. It starts all over. Not to mention all the stress on your marriage. And then you end up divorced, possibly. Throw all that shit in there. All because of the pressures of, we'll just do it this way because it works. Then chances are you get old, can't pay your fucking bills, Social Security's a joke, your pension was wiped out from another meltdown because the bankers got greedy and fucked it all up and nothing happened to them. And you're sitting around there saying, what the fuck happened? What happened is you listened to the system. The Matrix, if you really want to get into this, you didn't unplug. You're plugged in. You're still plugged in. And you did exactly what they wanted you to do. But they don't need you anymore. They got what they wanted, which was basically money, control, and power. But see, now there's a fight in Washington for that because the Matrix has a virus and they're trying to get rid of it because this person's trying to change things. Or, and that'll probably be enough time, or you can take a big fat fucking red pill. This is going to go over well with everybody. I got thrown out of high school for lack of interest. I started my junior year needing 4 credits to graduate because I was pretty fucking smart and I was motivated and I wanted to go to college and get my master's and fucking whatever and marry a beautiful woman and have 2 great kids and a big fucking house and blah, blah, blah. No, it didn't happen that way. I got thrown out of high school in my junior year with 4 credits. It took me that junior year, another junior year. Nope, wait a minute. No, yeah. 2 junior years and then another senior year. So I could have graduated in half of a year, and it took me 2.5 more. But I got it. Then I had the option to go to college or work for the family business. I don't get into this too much, but I decided the business route. And I'm not going to share that part. I'm just going to fast forward to, well, that didn't work out. And I started my own business when I was 33. Well, you can't do that. You don't have a degree. It ain't going to fuck you. Okay? Shut up. I don't care what people say. No, you're breaking the system. Did you take a red pill? Apparently I did, and I didn't even know. Was in business for 20 years. People are going to go, oh, Tim, you're, bragging. No, I'm not. It's facts. See, but people don't see what you go through to get to where you are at a certain point. People saw 2 houses and 3 cars and a boat and 4 sleds and all this other crap. Nice stuff. But you didn't see the part where I got fired from my job 2 weeks before Christmas, having 2 kids, because I was a threat. And they misguided me, whatever. Just a fact. And you didn't see us refinancing our house and cashing the equity out at the time with a whopping $10,000 to start a business with no income, which changed the mortgage from 7% at the time fixed to 14% fixed, essentially doubling the mortgage, and 100% loan to equity. So there was no equity in the house. It was actually cashing out all the money and throwing it on a roulette table or one hand of blackjack. See, but they don't see that. People don't see that. And you tell them, well, if you can do it, I can do it. Well, okay, whatever. Go ahead. Good luck. And they don't see all the hard work in the 14-hour days, 7 days a week for 2 years straight so you can hire your first employee, which is a lot of fun. But essentially, I didn't follow the system. Turned 10 grand in a cumulative effect total over 20 years into $30 million. Then, let the wrong people in my family, in my life, and it was all destroyed because some people didn't work on their demons when they were younger. And it all came out, and these people knew how to push the buttons. And now, starting all over again, but the monetary and the status levels don't interest me. My peace and happiness do. And when this happens to people, they have a choice. And after going through all that crap and sucking on a big fucking blue pill, what do they say? Well, you know what? I'm going to go back to school. Are you fucking kidding me? Now, I'm not saying school's bad and education's bad, seminars. You should always try to obtain knowledge. It's just, what price are you going to pay to get that? And then when you do have all this knowledge, let's say you learned everything about Jesus Christ and God and there's nothing more to learn and you've ascended to as high as you can in the physical plane. What's it going to get you in this world? In this world? I don't know. What price would you pay to attain that? I don't know. The Bible says walk away from everything. Follow me. I don't know. But I do know a lot of people that have had to hit the reset button, if they make it that far. And they go, you know what? I'm going to go back to school and get my degree. Fuck. Okay, sure. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You're starting over. Whether you are on the receiving end or the paying end of the divorce decree is irrelevant. But you're going to go get a student loan and get your master's because you can't get a job without one. Or even better, you can have a master's and go work at fucking Starbucks. No offense to them. I think Starbucks is a great company. I'm just saying. You want to spend $500,000 to go work in the food industry? Nothing against that either. Then you're sitting making minimum wage, maybe tips, paying $500,000 student loan. I don't get it. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever. I'm not going back to school. That I'm telling you right now. It's a waste of fucking time. I did it. I could do it again. I don't know if I will do it again. But I know how to. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. Maybe that's why I'm doing this, to maybe wake you up. Say, what is wrong with you? Because after you bust your ass for 20, 30, 40 years, day out of high school, I mean, that's only 58, 40 years, 58, 18, right? And the way I see the system now, maybe in the 50s, 60s, up to 70s, that worked. That model worked. But It's not the same world. It's not the same conditions. It's not the same level playing field. And to think at any age, just because you go out and get a degree, that you're going to be successful. Most successful people dropped out of high school. That's going to go over well, I'm sure. Dad, he said dropping out of school, you become successful. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying people have gotten degrees from Harvard and Wharton and this and that, and some have become successful, some have not. Most have not. But most that drop out of high school and do it their way seem to have a better track record at that. So what is it going to take for you to set boundaries, to quit being pulled down to other people's levels without sounding judgmental? When are you going to stop holding yourself back? When are you going to stop sucking on a blue pill and have all these people that all they want to do is control you and take your money, and basically when you're done as a resource, you're left for dead? When are you going to do something about it? And I mean on a productive growth, better human, not turning into a fucking asshole. That's easy. Anybody can be mean. Anybody can blame everybody else. Anybody can try to make somebody else feel like they do. Well, you're going to feel pain because that's what you did to me. That is a normal human reaction. A fucking dog does that out of defensive measures. You hurt that dog's going to bite your fucking ass. Not a bad dog. You're an asshole because you instilled pain on the dog. But we're not dogs. We're people. We're at the top of the evolution chain right now. And in my opinion, we're failing miserably. Part of me doing things different or out of the box or red pill is this show. And my intentions were, and still are, is to wake you up and go, there's a different way to think. Don't be so trusting. Don't be so blind. Don't believe the myth and the deception that people that are around you want the best for you. You might have one person, and hopefully it's your spouse, and then your kids. That's what family's for. But you may have one person that genuinely, really cares about you and your well-being. The rest of them, probably not. Put a guy in there. Put a better job in there between all your little friends. Put a woman in there and see how long that lasts. Or like I said, a better job or an opportunity. Or go buy a bigger house and look at the people's fucking faces. Or pull in a Cadillac or Mercedes or a Tesla in their driveway. Watch their faces. They're going to be really happy for you? They'll act like they will. They're not. They want what you have. And if they can't have it, neither can you. So, be very protective. Watch what's going on. And try to step back and look at this shit from the outside. But in the end, me sitting here in Colorado in a one-bedroom apartment with not even a goldfish or a fucking frog to come home to, and I'm doing the 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 as a service technician, making $50,000 when I was the president of my own self-made company, making over $300,000 a year, and I'm starting over. So if anybody has a reason to be salty, it would be me. But not this time around. And who knows? I might do this the rest of my life. I might not. But I know what I'm not going to do. And what I'm not going to do is listen to the blue pill fucking philosophy and strategy and brainwashing and indoctrination. I will always stay on the red pill path because I know where the blue pill path goes. And I know the mistakes that I made and lack of boundaries that I enforced, regardless of who they are, in my life. And I got nobody to blame but me. How about you? All right, man, that's it. Thanks. Share the show. I got to go. Have a great day, and thanks for listening. You have been listening to the Original Red Pill Show.